moms of deep feeling kids, sensitive kids, kids having meltdowns and outbursts, moms who are often also highly sensitive, if not empaths, deep feeling, to create harmony at home. If you're someone who's struggling deeply with meltdowns, outbursts at home, you want nothing more than to find a way, a system, a formula for peace, that you're craving that. You find you're overthinking, you're trying to solve this thing, you're up all hours of the night Googling to find answers and solutions. You're just so sick and tired of waking up dreading the day, then you're in the right place, and stay tuned. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about 3 red flag behaviors for your deep feeling child that you do not want to ignore. Okay. Quick heads up that there is a new masterclass coming this month in February. If you're watching this live or on the replay, then you will have a chance to register. I'll drop the link below for you. It is a 2-part live masterclass, and it's going to be a big one, and you're going to get the exact formula that I teach my clients that gives them the harmony, the cooperation, the amazing relationship with their child that they've been missing for years. And if you want that too, then be sure to sign up and get into that workshop. I'm going to open up my notes here, and we're going to dive in with 3 red flags. And if you guys have, as you have questions, you can drop them below in the comments. If you're watching the replay, same goes for that. I'll swing back and try to answer whatever I can. I'm just glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're here. I know that you care so much about your child, or you wouldn't be here. I know that you really want to do it right. I know that you don't want to lose your child. Some of you have experienced things like your kid is talking about hurting themselves, or they are actually hurting themselves. They are starting to make friendships with people you're not crazy about. They're shutting you out. Maybe you have a daughter who's a teenager and she's an absolute overachiever, a perfectionist. And also, that's coming at a cost. You can see she's struggling, shutting you out, suffering. She is not communicating with you about what's going on, and you have fears that she's cutting, or you have fears that she's hurting herself in other ways. Then you're in the right place. Let's talk about 3 things to watch out for so that you don't miss these signs. Okay. Number 1, the first sign is defiance. I hear this all the time. Defiance. If your child is telling you no, just straight up no, they're not going to cooperate, or they're arguing with your directions about things, or they are ignoring you. You tell them what to do. You ask them to do something simple. They know how to do it, and they flat out ignore you, or they, yeah, I'll get to it, and they don't do it. So defiance is something that is very easy to focus on. You'll notice right away if your kid is resisting you, defying you, ignoring you. But what you won't notice is why they're doing it. What you won't notice is the emotional root cause beneath it. You'll just notice, this is so annoying, I'm gonna blow up, or you notice your own yelling, and you know that that what you're doing isn't working. But defiance is a red flag behavior for a couple of reasons. If this is happening on a daily basis, your child is ignoring you to the point where you want to explode, or you are exploding. You're losing your cool, and then you feel so mad at yourself, and you feel so much guilt or regret or even despair. How is this going to change? Then this is a big red flag for you in terms of your child's future, their ability to function in the world, in relationships and in life. And you may say, oh, he or she, they're doing fine at school, it's just with me. Well, there's no just about it. If they're doing that in relationship with you, then it is a red flag, okay? Don't minimize it just because they only show you that and it must be you. What they're showing you is in relationships, which will last for their entire lifetime, and they're going to go make lots of new ones. This is how they function. They don't know how to function. Okay, if your child is refusing a direction, that's feedback that what you're doing, your approach, is not working for them. All right, what you're missing, again, is root cause of the defiance, and that's the problem. The second red flag, meltdowns, emotional outbursts, behavioral outbursts. These are signs that your child is not regulating their emotions. They don't know how, they don't have the skill set. So it sounds like you don't listen to me. It sounds like, door slam, crying, yelling, screaming, arguing back, arguing with a sibling, instigating arguments with a sibling. Your child is showing you that, one, they don't know how to regulate their emotions, and two, that there is a underlying cause for this that you have not yet addressed with them, okay? The third red flag behavior we've got so far, defiant, then we've got meltdowns and outbursts. The third one is self-harm behaviors. Self-harm being the biggest, most urgent red flag that exists, because that means they are either hurting themselves now or they're thinking about hurting themselves, which can always end in death. Let's just call it what it is. That can always end in suicide. That can end in a child either purposefully or accidentally taking their own life, okay? This is something that you never want to wait on. You never want to wait. You need immediate intervention and immediate help if your child is hurting themselves, okay? It's not something to take lightly or to gloss over or to have a quiet panic about and then be in denial about because it's too scary to look at. You need to be brave enough to face it for what it is. If your child, whether they are 6 or 16, is doing any of these things. They are saying, I hate myself. You don't love me. You hate me. You wish I wasn't born. I wish I wasn't born. You don't care about me. I don't want to be here. You don't want me here. You don't understand me at all. These are all different ways that a child will tell you, I'm really suffering. I'm really suffering. And I need something. I need help that you're not giving me. Self-mutilation, like cutting, nail picking, pulling the skin around the nails, hair pulling, hair twisting even. These are lighter forms of self-harm behaviors. Younger kids will bang their heads against the wall. Older kids might punch a wall, break something, hitting something. So that kind of destructive behavior can be self-harm. It can be an expression of suicidal ideation, so thoughts or feelings. And these are all signs that your child is either actively hurting themselves or thinking about hurting themselves, not wanting to be here. And it may not be so clear. It may not be in the way that I've said it, but if you have that feeling, and you know that feeling, you're a mom, you know that feeling that I'm worried, or I have a hunch, or my mom radar went up, people will say, I don't know how serious this is, but I know that I can't let it go on anymore. Then I want you to right away reach out for help, whether it's booking a clarity call with me, which you can do, or reaching out to your service provider and tell them what's happening. Okay. So here's where people make the wrong decision. Parents, if you think that the problem is the meltdown, the outburst, the language they use when they yell at you, the disrespect in the defiance, the problem is my kid is ODD, and parents will make this mistake of using a label they've heard or a label the therapist gave their kid and throwing it around like that's the problem. That isn't the problem. The problem is that the red flags are signs of deeper root cause issues. And that deeper root cause is the problem that needs to be solved. So if you focus on this behavior, that defiance, the language you're using, you try to coach your kid to do better, you try to take away a privilege to get them, none of that is going to result in solid change. They're still going to be getting in trouble for the same things. They're still going to be deeply emotionally struggling or suffering in ways that you don't know how to repair, okay? So when you see any of these red flag behaviors or something you think sounds like something I'm describing here, looks like that might be defiance, or that might be a hint into my kid really doesn't like herself very much or himself very much. Red flag. That's a red flag, okay? This right here, this kind of meltdowns, outbursts, but really like the deeper root cause problem is the thing I've been helping moms solve for over 20 years. This is exactly what I do to help families create peace and harmony at home, is help the child heal and to create a beautiful new connection in your relationship with your child. It is a key part of the ingredient to having them thrive in their self-esteem, be successful in the world, have healthy relationships. We have to resolve that underlying root cause issue that is sprouting up and bubbling up through the surface as negative thoughts, behaviors, bad language, emotional outbursts, crying, anxiety meltdowns, whatever it is. It's all the same root cause issue, okay? So I want you to think about, another thing parents miss is like, what's at stake here? You see it as a today problem, or gosh, this has been going on, I can't believe it. If I asked you, most people are like, oh my gosh, like seems like, 2-3 months. Actually, it started more like a year ago, or kind of I saw signs 2 years ago, or actually forever. They've been like this since my kid was little. They clung to me, they had anxiety meltdowns, they whatever. Every new experience, every transition's been so hard. If you have a child like that and they're still struggling at 8 or at 12 or 13, then it's more than time to find a real solution for what's going on for them. What's at stake if you don't? Well, could be that you lose them. It could be that they don't ever find out who they are, that they aren't able to form those healthy relationships. In the here and now, it's your child's safety. It's their life. And in the now and the long term, it is your relationship with them. And that's what parents lose out on when they don't know how to meet that emotional root cause with their child and repair that to have that beautiful kind of emotional safety and harmony and all these things that are the outcome for my clients. So I'm going to drop the link below this. If any of this is ringing any bells for you, go ahead and get on my calendar now. Book a clarity call. It's absolutely free. There is no commitment. This is not a sales call. What else can I say? We're going to uncover what's going on. What are the drivers? I will help you identify really what's the root cause. And if we can solve that, if I know that Awakened Motherhood is the answer for you, or Embodied Calm, then I'll tell you what that looks like, and we can see if you're ready to take the next steps. If not, then I'll steer you to something else that's going to work better for you. I also want you to stop what you're doing right now and look below in the comments and click the link to register for the new masterclass that's coming up next week. And I'd love to have you there live so that you can start to get on the right track and really learn about what does work instead of spinning your wheels on what doesn't work. Okay. Thanks so much for joining today, you guys. Share this with a friend, invite a friend to this group. Absolutely spread the word that this is an amazing community full of moms who are learning and demonstrating the best methods for getting their kids to that kind of solid baseline of really being happy and really being connected to you. And this is the place for that. So invite your friends. They're more than welcome. And I'll see you at the masterclass next week. Scroll down for the comments and you can book your call, and you can also register for the masterclass. I'll see you there.